So if you're into real estate, you already know that buying the property, that's just step one. The real work and, honestly, the real success all comes down to how well you manage it. In this explainer, we're going to distill the absolute must-know lessons from The ABCs of Property Management by Ken Milroy. This is a guy who's not only a top advisor to Robert Kiyosaki, but has also managed thousands of properties for decades. He knows his stuff.
You know, Robert Kiyosaki really hit the nail on the head with this one. It perfectly sets the stage. A great property manager isn't just a key, it's the key. According to the entire Rich Dad philosophy, getting this part right is the bedrock of your whole investment. So what does that success actually look like? Well, it all comes down to this one simple concept: cash flow. Your number one goal as an owner, as an investor, is to have a property that actually makes you money every single month. That's the ultimate sign of a healthy investment. We're not talking about hoping the value goes up someday. We're talking about pure, simple cash flow.
Okay, so how do you even measure the health of your property? Ken McElroy has this just brilliant way of looking at it. He says you should think about your property's financials like something we all get, a report card.
And this report card idea goes even deeper. Your income and expense statement isn't just some boring spreadsheet full of numbers. No, it's a narrative. It's telling the story of your property, what's working, what's not, and what the next chapter might look like. You just have to learn how to read it.
And this right here, this is the final grade on that report card. It's the one number that really truly matters. You take your income, you subtract your expenses, and you subtract your debt payments. Whatever is left, that's your cash flow. This little formula is the bottom line. It's how you know if your investment is passing or failing.
All right, so you know the goal is positive cash flow. Now for the next big question, who's actually going to do all the work to make that happen? This leads every single property owner to a major fork in the road.
And the choice really is a very simple trade-off. There's no free lunch here. You either manage the property yourself and pay with your most precious resource, your time, or you hire a professional and you pay with your money. So the real question for you is, which one are you more willing to spend?
And hey, if you're leaning towards spending your time, you've got to be realistic about what that means. A lot of people think, oh, I'll just collect a check once a month. But the reality? It's a hugely time-consuming job. You're suddenly the marketing department, the bookkeeper, the handyman, and the customer service hotline all rolled into one.
So, let's say you've decided your time is just too valuable and you want to hire a crow. That's an awesome choice, but it opens up a brand new challenge. How in the world do you find someone who's going to care about your investment as much as you do?
I love this. Ken McElroy has the perfect, simple definition of a good property management company. It's one that sends you a check and never calls. That's the dream, isn't it? It means their systems are humming along, problems are getting solved without you, and your property is doing exactly what it's supposed to. The goal is competence that's so good, it's practically invisible.
So finding that kind of company is all about the right fit. I mean, you wouldn't hire a heart surgeon to fix your car, right? Same logic applies here. A company that's amazing with giant apartment complexes might not be the best for your single-family rental. You have to match their specialty to your property type and their size, whether they're a big national firm or a local mom-and-pop shop, to what you actually need.
Now get this. This is McElroy talking about his own company, and it's such a powerful lesson. His firm focuses on big multifamily properties in the Southwest. They get offers for other stuff all the time, and they turn them down. Why? Because they know that focus is their superpower. A great manager knows what they do best, and they stick to it. That's the kind of discipline you want on your team.
So, as you're checking out these companies, what should you be looking for on the inside? Well, the book boils it all down to 3 core pillars.
First, you need great employees, the people who are actually on the ground doing the work. Second, you need rock-solid systems for absolutely everything, from collecting rent to handling leaky faucets. And third, you need a solid company structure that holds it all together. If you're missing even one of these, things are going to fall apart eventually.
All right, so you know what to look for. Now for the really practical part. How do you actually go out and hire one of these companies? The book lays out a clear 3-step plan. It all starts with some research. You hop online, you find prospects in your area that actually specialize in your kind of property. Then you go meet them, visit their office, sure, but way more important, go visit the properties they currently manage. McElroy calls this shopping a property. See for yourself how they operate. Only after you've done that homework do you make your choice.
And here's one final, crucial piece of hiring advice. Don't try to do this all by yourself. Whether it's a mentor, a lawyer, or another investor you trust,
Get a second opinion before you sign that contract. A fresh set of eyes can catch things you might have missed and save you a ton of headaches down the road.
And this is really the key takeaway from all of this. Choosing a manager isn't just checking a box and being done. It's the beginning of a super important long-term relationship. This partnership is one of the biggest things that will decide the financial story your property tells for years and years.
Which, brings us right back to where we started. Every single property, whether it's managed perfectly or terribly, is telling a story. It's telling it through its financials, through its condition, through its cash flow. So after all this, the only question left is, what story is your property telling, and are you ready to write a better one?